Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Character Way with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As the thumbnail show, we're going to be doing some spring floral DIYs. So we're going to start with this first piece from Dollar Tree. Now I had got this back around Halloween time, and I knew I wasn't going to use it for Halloween. I just didn't know what I was going to use it for. So today we're going to be using it into the projects. So I started out wanting to remove that paper from the front, but I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to take me way longer than I'm willing to invest. So I flipped it over and like, we're going to use the back side, okay? So that's what we're doing. So I removed that sticker off of there. It came out fairly easy. I just had to apply a little bit of heat to it, scaled it back, and it was good to go. So right here, what I'm doing is, and I didn't have to sand around that top part right there, because I'm going to remove that little bubble part at the top, because I want these all to kind of, not kind of, but all to have flat heads on them. And so, that's how we're going to do this one. I kind of wish they had put the bigger one in the middle, but I get it why they did it that way. But anyway, so next, what you see I'm doing is just going in with some white paint. And I have to make a note, guys, to get some more white paint, because all my white paint is dried up or it's almost down to the bottom. And normally I kind of keep it restocked, but I just haven't been thinking about it. But anyway, covered that in white paint. Gonna cover all the top parts of it in black. Now I did paint the front of it in black paint. I didn't think it was going to take, but it actually took the coverage really well. So this actually could be a two-sided decor piece. You guys can let me know in the end once you see everything come together. Now I'm taking these checker print napkins. I did get these from Hobby Lobby, and it had all different colors in the pack: pink, blue, purple, or lavender. I think yellow. I can't remember. It was like 4 different colors. But anyway, I'm just going in over the wood piece there, and it's not even really wood piece. It's more of the I can't think of it. What is it? The fake wood. I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, I went over that with some Mod Podge and let that dry. And as you can see, I taped off where the black and the white paint meet, because I didn't want this napkin to go over to the top part of our bottles. Okay, so I'm just taking my mini heat press. I do go in with a piece of parchment paper to put between the mini press and the surface, and I am just going to iron that on to reactivate that Mod Podge so that the napkin can adhere. So just simple decoupage, nothing fancy, nothing smooshy, just simple decoupage. Then I'm going to remove the excess paper from the parts that I do not want coverage on, and of course the parts that overlapped. So once I get that all sanded down, I did try to use my lighter on this one, and it burned in some places, but in some places it just wasn't giving. And I was very careful to not get the Mod Podge in those places, but it just was not working. So and then plus I had my ceiling fan on, and so, you know, it was just too much. And I was like, okay, we're not trying to burn down the house tonight. So I opted to just sand as much of the paper away as I could. So then next, I'm going in with some jute twine. I'm just going to put that around the neck of each of these bottles. And I really love this. I thought this was super cute, a very cute way, you know, if you want some simple florals, you know, get the little faux florals from Dollar Tree, wherever you get them from. I know Dollar Trees went up to $1.75, but I have to say some of them are very full and very pretty. And so I'm like, it's not too bad for $1.75, but you know, again, it's luck of the draw too. You know, sometimes you get some skimpy flowers, sometimes you get a full bush, but in any case, this particular bushel was not bad. So I'm just going to take a piece of each of the pick from the pick, and I'm just going to apply this to the back of the bottles, which could actually be the front. So this is what I'm saying, like, you could totally turn this over. Like, you can put wording in white on there, like maybe home or relax or something like that on the front of this, or the back of this, on the black surface part of it. And then on the other part, you could just leave the checker print there, and it could be a dual-sided sign. It really could work both ways because of how the little floral piece, it kind of drapered down over the stem part. so you really couldn't see it. I thought it was going to stick out, but you really couldn't see it, and so you still have the jute there. I mean, totally. So then what I did right here, I just tied some simple bows and add some beads to them, and that's it for that part of it. Then I took a piece of this scallop wood that I had in my stash. Now I can't remember where I got this. I feel like I got it from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I think. I know I didn't order it from woodpeckerscrafts.com. I did order some trim from them before, but I don't think it was this. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. And so I'm just cutting down that piece to line up with the front part of this. Just because at first I was going to add like spring or something like that to this, but then I opted not to. And so I was like, okay, but it still needed something. And I gotta admit, I don't particularly care for the yellow beads here, but it was more because the floral picks, and I don't know if you guys can see it. As I often tell you guys when I'm doing the voiceover, I can't see the recording very well, but it had like a greenish yellow tint to the center of the flowers, and I was trying to do a play off of that, but I felt like that yellow was just too yellow, kind of banana yellow, and I don't know, it just was throwing me off. But anyway, I left them for right now. So then once I added the scallop wood piece there, I'm just going in with some of that moss, and I'm just putting that down, as you can see, in between where the little bottles are and that scallop wood piece. So then I had this bow sticker. Now the bow, it had a hint of lavender in it, but it ended up looking more blue, but I still feel like it worked right here because I wasn't putting any wording. I still think it's super cute. Very, very simple piece, very pretty to just sit out and bring that spring vibe. So next we're going into project number 2. You guys know I like to show everything at the final reveal, so stick around for that so you can see everything in its full glory. Okay, so project number 2, I have this frame here. It is a 12 by 12 frame that I got from Dollar Tree. I was going to use it in another project, and then for whatever reason I didn't. I don't know. I don't even know what project was going to be, but I didn't use it. So next I'm just going to take some of this Dollar Tree nautical rope, and I'm literally just going to wrap this all around. Now you guys, if you've been on YouTube watching crafting videos for any amount of years, I'm sure you've seen this somewhere somehow, and I wanted to make this door hanger sign for, and it's gonna sound weird, for the bathroom, I know. Because the little wreath that I had up there, I wasn't really digging it, so I was like, let's see if we can make something different. And I did put this up there, but I may take this out as well. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know, but anyway, all I did was wrap that around. It did take 2.5 no, did it take 2? I think it took 2.5. I think it took 2.5 packs of the rope. But anyway, like not even 2.5. I think like 2 1/3, something like that. Not a lot. But anyway, so now I'm just going in with these florals that I got from Dollar Tree. Now this was in the Dollar Tree Plus section. It was $5, and I do feel like you did get your money's worth here, because even sometimes when you get the florals at Michael's, and granted you do get an abundance of florals on their picks, but sometimes they have picks for like $4.99, and I felt like it was equivalent to that. So, and they were very nice. They were very nice florals, so I was okay with splurging on the $5, and I think this came out really pretty. I just don't know if it should be in the bathroom. I mean, hanging on the bathroom door, but we'll see. I don't know what I'll do. Who knows? I don't know where I'll put it. I might switch it up. But it's there for now. Anyway, all I'm doing is just taking the florals. Now you guys know I do not know how to arrange florals. I just start gluing and sticking and poking and propping, and there you have it, and that's how it goes. So I just try to spread the colors out as much as possible, and I know this is not like a super springy color, but I felt like it was a good transitional color. So right towards the tail end of spring going into summer, I could kind of leave it up through summer, and I felt like that worked. That pops of yellow in the kind of the burgundy-ish color. It's not burgundy, like magenta, I don't know, pink, that dark pink color. I felt like that kind of helps it to put it right between the lines. But it is something I can leave up through summer. So then I'm just adding in a piece of jute twine to the back. I did off camera staple that to the piece, so it is in place because I did only use hot glue here. But I'm not putting this outside or anything like that, so I don't think it'll have any issues. But I did, like I said, staple that off camera. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for this piece. I am gonna go in just a few seconds here. See, I think that's really pretty. I really do. And you can really turn this any way. You can have the florals at the bottom, so on and so forth, but I wanted them to the side. I'm going in now with my Kathy Joe bow, and I'm just fluffing it out, and we're going to go ahead and cut those tails down because I didn't want them super long, but I did want them to dangle a little bit because I'm going to put them at the bottom corner there. And I like this, and I think adding this bow, it gives it more of that spring vibe because the florals in the bow do match the florals on the piece. Again, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it does match up pretty well. And I like that. So I think this is a good transitional piece. Like I said, from spring to summer, I think it'll cover you there. And if it comes down to it, I can definitely put it on the front door. I don't think anything will go wrong with just having the hot glue there. All right, and that's it for that one. So now we're going to jump into our final project of today. I know on the last video, guys, I got a lot of comments like, where's the terracotta teacup? I couldn't figure out how to incorporate the hair accessories with last week's video, so I was like, I have to give you guys something. And somebody had added to the list for us to do April showers bring May flowers, and I was like, okay, let's see if we can pull that off. So right here, as you can see, I'm just painting that in some spring green paint, yellow paint. That's going to be the base of those colors for now. We are going to be adding some other elements into this, but we are on number 85, Lovies, so I'm excited about that. We're only 15 away from 100. I don't know if we're gonna make it to 100. I was going through the list of ideas. I don't know if we'll be able to pull off that 100 right now, but we will definitely keep going at, to see how close we can get. So yeah, we're on number 85. I can't believe it. It just blows my mind. We're a little over a year into this. And for those who are joining us for the first time, what we like to do on this channel is we take a terracotta pot, we add a handle to it, we're using a macrame ring, and we add a theme to it, and we're calling them terracotta teacups. So we've been doing this series for a little over a year now, and like I said, we are on the road to 100. We are at number 85. Stick around. I did save some I did share just a few of the more recent ones because again, I lost footage again. I forget when I go in and start cleaning up all my videos and stuff. I have a tendency to delete some, and so it's on YouTube. You can go back and see them. But yeah, so I only have like maybe 5 or 6 at the end of the video for you guys to see our most recent ones. But yeah, and if you have an idea for one, please share that. We do have a running list. And if we don't already have it on the list, I will add it there. So next, what we're going to do right here is we're going to take this umbrella cutout that I think I got from 24 Hours Crafts, guys. I'm not 100% sure, but it would have either come from 24 Hours Craft or woodpeckerscrafts.com. So I'm painting that in pink paint, as you can see. Then we're going to just go in and we're going to add some polka dots to this, right? So I was trying to think, how can I get this to be the whole April showers? I got the May flowers down, okay? I'm like, how do we do the April showers? So I'm like, okay, so we got the umbrella, and now I'm going to go in and add in our handle, which is a macrame ring. Sorry, I always apologize for this because I don't know what size it is, because when I got these, it was a bag that had multiple sizes in it, and I just dumped it in my little bucket, and that was it. It didn't come with the sizes written on it or anything, and I was just too lazy to go back to see what I ordered. But anyway, so Added the handle there. Now we're going to just take some of this moss and we're going to add this at the base of our teacup. Okay, and I wanted it to be green on green because I wanted, you know, the grass, the green. Y'all know where we was going with this, okay? So now, this is how I thought to make the raindrops. Now, somebody had suggested I should have did this with my watering can to make the water, and I absolutely missed that. I totally did not think about it. I was so focused on those pipe cleaners, but anyway, you got to go back and see it if you don't. So I went in with some blue hot glue, and I just made like some little drops that I thought would look like dripping rain. Didn't quite work out that way, but we roll with this because we made them and we were going to use them. Okay. Now I'm putting these on here, and I should have waited to put these on here, and I didn't leave all of it in just because I started putting these on. So literally I just made the little drips, and then I put little dabs of clear hot glue on them to stick them to the back of the umbrella. And I did paint the back of the umbrella as well. I just didn't do it on camera. So the back of it has pink and white polka dots too. Okay. And so then I start adding some little drips around the lip of the terracotta teapot here. Okay. Teacup. And so I put way too many on. I shouldn't have added the drips to the umbrella yet because I still had to build a base. So I am going to tone that back a little bit. I got a little raindrop happy. Okay, so right here what I'm doing is I'm taking this little 1-inch wood medallion, and that's going to be the base to hold up our umbrella. And this is why I shouldn't have added the raindrops yet, because what I'm going to do is go in and now add some more of that moss, because this is where we're going to put our little flowers, right? And so I was like, oh no, shouldn't have did that. So I ended up plucking the little waters off, and not only did I put them on too soon, I put it on the wrong side. I did everything on the wrong side, y'all, and so I had to flip it all around. But it worked out. Like, I just, you know, I made it work because the umbrella was really glued down and I just couldn't pull it up without breaking it. So I just had to flip it all around and work that way. So here I was just showing you guys a little watering can, the little floral shears. I don't know what that thing is called. I'm gonna call it a little spatula. I don't know. It's the thing you dig. You know, you dig and turn the soil. I think that's what you do with it. But anyway, it's a little spatula, a garden spatula. That's what we'll call that, okay? And I'm just gluing that in the grass, like it all just fell in the grass, you know, when somebody was out there caring for the flowers and all that stuff. And he just was like, oh, the rain is coming, I gotta run in the house. And then they just left everything. So that's the whole, you know, that's the story behind that, if you ever want to know what happened there, okay? So anyway, yeah, all that was up in my brain. So here we have these little miniature paper roses. I think I ordered these off of Amazon, y'all. Amazon or Temu. Been had them for some time. I don't know, but it's little bushels of floral. So I have pink and, you know, different shades of pink, red, white. And so we're just going to scatter these throughout the top of this in the little grass right there, because, you know, the rain is falling, the flowers are blooming. It's springtime, baby. So there you go. And I'm just randomly putting them on there. No rhyme, no reason. Just doing it, just putting them on there. And so once we get those going, I do also, in case, so I don't forget, because once I started doing this, that umbrella, it was very small. I think that one was like 2 inches, and it just started getting lost in there. So what I do off camera, and you'll see it in the final reveal, so stick around for that. I do go in and I add a larger umbrella, and I just painted that in lavender paint with white stripes. So stick around for that, because it's gonna look totally different. Well, it won't look totally different. You'll just see the larger umbrella in there, because this one started getting lost, and I felt like you couldn't really tell it was an umbrella, but I couldn't remove it, so I had to roll with it. So that's pretty much it for this one. And I think this really came out super adorable, and I only added a few drops. Like I said, I went in, I took the little raindrops off of it, just added a few drops off of the umbrella, and just a few little drops around the front of there. Now, why I did that around the lip, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. My mind was saying, like, make it look like the water is falling off the grass, but I don't know that I really captured that. But anyway, here we are in the final reveal, Lovies. And if you are still here writing with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I often tell you guys, without you, it wouldn't be a Craft Away with May channel. And I am grateful to each and every one of you for coming back each week to hang out with me. And if you haven't already done so, Lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting. Once you hit that like button, swipe to the right and hit that hype button. It helps out the smaller YouTube channels here. Even if you don't want to hype me, hype your favorite person, okay? Because it really helps their channel get recognized more by YouTube. And, you know, it's just appreciated, and it's all free. All right, so see, here's where we added the second umbrella in there. I really like that. That was very playful for me, and I love that. I love the very spring colors. So thank you to, I can't remember who brought this suggestion, and I'm sorry, get a lot of comments, but thank you, thank you. I think this is super, super adorable. I love it. I absolutely do. I hope you guys love it too. And if you guys, also, y'all know the drill. If you have a favorite of today, I forgot to say that. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you guys, because you guys know how we get down on this channel. I love to chat with you guys after each and every video, so keep those comments coming. Even if you don't have a favorite, still say hello. Let me know how you're doing. All right, because I still want to be able to say hello to you guys. It makes my heart smile with everything in me when I read the comments. And here are the few little terracotta teacups that I added. Like I said, there's only 5 or 6 here. It goes by really fast, but yeah, because in two, I was noticing that it was getting really long trying to add all of them in here. But here's the more recent ones that we've done, just to give you an idea of what it's looking like, what we've accomplished, you know. And like I said, we just add a theme to it. And if you don't have a handle, it doesn't have to be a terracotta teacup. You could just find a fun way to decorate a terracotta pot, and you know, especially if you're not an outdoorsy person. Okay, so don't forget to hype this video. If you want to support the channel, here's how you can do it: by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Craft Away with May. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.